Hello, welcome back to Tyranny. Before we get to the Scarlet Core's camp, we're going to look at our new equipment. Right over here, I've got a Fatebinder seal that has tenacity, which will give me +2 to my resolve. The seal of a Fatebinder is used to stamp documents with a 2-non sigil. Though modest in appearance, the seal is a representation of Kyros' legal approval. Merely holding it impresses upon the wielder a sense of authority. For verse, we're going to give her quick finger bangles, which will give her +1 to quickness. Very good. Alright, here we go now.
Will do.
I've only got 8 days until the Day of Swords, and if we do not conquer Ascension Hall by then, we all die. That merchant is gone, but we have a crate here. Verse can pick it.
It's all in the reflexes.
We get what? A potion of elemental barrier, +50 defense against paralyzed, burning, and frozen attacks for a minute. Not bad. Alright, off we go. 2 hours to make it. What a journey. Alright, we're on our way now. I'm actually becoming rather fond of the Scarlet Chorus. I mean, I didn't know if I would be, but I do like them a lot now that I'm beginning to get to know them. They are violent and terrible, but they're fun. Oh, hello. 2 gangs over here. Take another step, I'll pin your foot to the dirt. Is she talking to me? It proves everything! The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The course warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. He's right. The edict will kill us all. Well, until Fifth Eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to the gang across from her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here. Seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out. Because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily. But I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. You know, we've got a bigger goal at hand. I'm a Fatebinder. I'm not going to involve myself here, but I will tell them to stop. Right now. Excuse me. She widens her eyes in shock. This is their way, Fatebinder, and you have no right to stop us. We are not harming anyone outside the course. I don't know who you are, but I don't need your help. He looks back at his gang. I think we can handle ourselves just fine. Bickering amongst yourselves causes the war effort as a whole. It does affect others outside the chorus. Gang leader spins her knife for a moment as if her answer bounces on its edge. Fine. Alright. No battle now. No one dies. And look, if they don't fight and die for the right cause, well, I die if we don't take that hall. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point, it is Corey's territory, and you don't look like someone's conscript. You're sure you're in the right place? I'm always in the right place. Fine, just come on in. I'm sure the Fury will gut you if you're really a problem.
Sorry, can't.
Alright, let's go in. Death knell. Oh, what's happening over here? Variah Kell. Let's go have a chat. Can I not? Oh, okay, I can't visit. Lantry. Yeah. Let's have a chat, you and me. Okay, me and you can't chat. Forget it. Death knell? You, as much in accusation as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So you're 2-non's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death knell, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage, sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All our horde recruits seem good for it. Of late is piling in a shit-reeking mound on the battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keeps up and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards. Again. Now what do you need? You said something about the horde thinning. Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. She offers a one-shouldered shrug. ambivalent, if anything, but more likely just uncaring. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better. Putting any and every able body to the sword like the disfavored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. Right. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. The deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Vengeance Guard, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been stubborn. So I have a better plan hatched. And what might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with oath-breakers claimed from the battlefield. How exactly do you really plan to convince them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Binder? You might be able to ease them into the idea and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. Alright, let me go look at him. If it means expediting the end to this meandering conflict, so be it. And again, I don't like going after the commoners, but we need to end this war. If we don't do it, they die anyway, right? We've got a greater goal at hand that we've got to handle. The Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map, she grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. Okay, now they're getting a little bit weird. What were you expecting? Let's see. Death now counts on her fingers, conducting some mental tally. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then. She shrugs. Suppose I didn't expect much, and you've done nothing to challenge it. By Scarlet Court standards, you're no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder on setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. Insult me again, and I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. She peels a surprise, but please laugh at your threat, tapping the flat of her blade against her thigh. She cants her neck until it audibly cracks. Maybe there's something more to your Fatebinders after all. I thought so. You've got to blend in. You know, do as the chorus does and whatnot. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voices of Narat's glory made manifest, and the chorus strength rises and the weak feed the soil. Death knell smiles, standing tall as she extols the army. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law. The strongest must lead. What is your role in the Scarlet Chorus? She frowns, her eyes narrowing. Do you not recognize the Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the warrior spirit of Kyros, scholars of sword and shiv. She folds her arms, puffing out her chest. In peace, we train those tough enough to endure lessons, but wise enough to learn from the best. In battle, it is our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. She clicks her tongue, looking aside to the others in the camp with an eye roll. We are fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious rabble. How has the military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit where I want, and I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. She winks at me. My enthusiasm for the work brought me here, a decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, but I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not above taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you, just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words. Alright, well, we had a good chat. I enjoyed it. These arrows are splintered. They're fletching mottled. They were likely pulled from corpses. Should look over here. Gotta tab it up, right? What's over here? A shattered glass vial. Even a bit of information about that, right? Pretty incredible. Battle plans are scribbled over a bloodstained map of the tears. Arrows point toward the inner ring of Vengeance Well Valley. Murky red water. A lot of dead. What's over here? Old provisions. Salvaros. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? You're one of mine. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon! The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm greeting. Were I a betting or a superstitious man, I'd say fortune must favor me today. I am not. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as, he spreads his thickly gloved hands wide, this here mud and shit-stinking chorus camp? Have you anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here. He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the course isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast, but no. No, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir, and I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, sir. Still, I suppose he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Of course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail, and it's not for lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from Iron Marshal Irenaeus for reinforcements if needed. But they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. Why are you stationed here? From the way most of my days go, do you think I was here to row with blood chanters and Scarlet Furies? But my post is to represent the favor's interests before Fifth Eye and the Scarlet Chorus, before Iron Marshal Irenaeus. Not that I've gotten to do either in so much as the last span. What do you think of them? The rabbit dogs, a lot of them. Ever seen a screamer racing headlong into battle like a hound chasing a winter hare? I have, and I can tell you more often than not, it's a screamer who ends up being skinned and gutted. Leave the campaign to the chaos that's a course, and we're doomed. You act like it's a punishment to be assigned to this detail. Isn't it? I know I fucked up to get here. Got 3 days in a hole and a nice little promotion to go with my new post. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. He jets his chin towards a distant valley. I should be out there fighting for the Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run back and report should something ever finally fucking happen. What exactly did you do to end up here? Made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Chorus. Well, here I am, a liaison's officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess she showed me. Our lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the chorus. Begging your pardon, sir, but I've never fought a battle where my life wasn't on the line. He shrugs. Kind of the nature of war, isn't it? Farewell.
Found something. Can't do that.
Verse, you can't do it either? Yeah, don't tell me that. I know you can. She's good at it.
Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
A garnet, bloodstone. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad she's around to help me out. Do I trust her? Not really. A rot spear. Affliction. Got a lot of reading to do for everything. When it comes to like new equipment and all that. A damaged leather shield. I'll take it. Oh, I'm getting all the loot I can. Why not? I'm not going to leave it here. I've got Tab on my side, right? Yeah. Blood moss, I'll take that. Oh,
Sorry,
no wonder.
can't.
Right, I keep forgetting I have to group up like that.
Can't do that.
I didn't know that in like part 1. The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this tent. One clearly not used for rest. It's a shit tent. Oh, okay. Here's Reg. Wow, look who we have here. Chewing on some manner of cut, a heavyset soldier flinging spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows himself. I'm Reg, the second soldier chimes in, and this is Boz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye's been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Boz knits her fingers together, joints crackling as she smiles. Reg clears his throat loudly, scowling at Boz. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who will give you answers or even a smile. So anything we can do for you? Tell me about yourself, Boz. I was a sellsword at the beck and call of fat merchants, just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kyros showed me a better way, unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join them yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Tell me about yourself, Reg. He scratches the back of his head, had a loss for words. I had a family, a farm. Then the chorus came, and, well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the coaling. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my mom and dad to bits just so I could survive. Okay, when they have conscripts in a village, they hold a ceremony known as coaling. Every able-bodied man, woman, and child is given a weapon and forced to fight their family and friends to the death. Wow, that's really terrible. His eyes, shattered for a moment with sorrow, take on a feverish gleam. The Fifth Eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing. If my mom and dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. Tell me about your time in the course. Reg and I were conscripted at the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Okan, me for Azure. Boz chuckles, scratching her chin in thought. How many fights will we survive so far? 11. Reg begins to count in a series across his fingers. No, 14. I count each day and Sunday separately. The chorus is, Boz looks about the camp and shrugs. Not as bad as it smells. It's strong like me and Reg. We're allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. What can you tell me about the Fifth Eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance with Boz and lowers his voice to a whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the voices of Narad. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad. Boz thinks for a moment. Brilliant. Reg flinches and glances over his shoulder. I was going to say eccentric. The chorus isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can expect to find some unusual types. Most are likely to kill you as promote you. What do you know about Vindrians? Well, the walls might seem imposing, but the Vindrian guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. She shrugs. We took the Citadel once before. We can take it again. We have to, don't we? Reg looks up at the imposing tower of the spire, though Kyros knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. She follows his gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, just superstition. Are you afraid of the spire? Sorry, Fatebinder, I shouldn't have mentioned anything. He sighs. The fact of the matter is, we were told to stay away from the spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier to course pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it, Reg frowns. The Bane lurk around those old sites and kill anything they can catch unawares. I have no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters at my back. She twists her lip into a frown and she considers that. Me neither, I suppose. Alright, what do you know? Magic? I don't need to know much about magic. It's not too bad for her. Nearly there. Okay, what can you teach me, other guy? Do you feel strange? Oh, I didn't see you there, Fatebinder. Boz, what can you teach me? Bows? I don't know anything about any of that. So apparently I'm going to want to train skills at each level. I didn't know that, now I do. Okay, you're very dead. It's over here. Schniggler Dagos. Huh. Upon noticing your approach, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor! The name Schniggler Dagos, originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire. I've since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kyros' forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. Okay, I am also well aware of your past with Scarlet Chorus. We've benefited greatly after you ruled that we could keep the iron those disfavored pups couldn't even hold on to. He looks around and motions you to come closer. We may have stashed a bit more of what we found off the beaten path. Not all choirmen are as careful with their booty as others. Here, let me mark it on your map. All right. He stumps away, staying as watchful as he was before. Well then, what can I do for you? It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interest. You've got a few things here. Fine quality, too. Well, all right then. What about that? Do I like that? Do you like that? No, I'll look at gear later on my own time. Not right now. Yeah. I'll look later. It'll take me time to really look at it and to really choose if I really want to keep anything. He's actually got some pretty okay wares. It's over here. The scroll. Okay, maybe you can pick it up. Let's find out. No, I don't have the lore for it. Damn. It's pretty cool, though. What's back here? Oh! A bronze hammer. How about that? And a really cool helmet. Ironwalker helm. Heavy armor. Bronze. Mine's made of iron. I like it, though.
On it.
Very cool looking. Okay. The binder of Tunon arrives, squilling with a teenager's timber. The fifth eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze-red regalia of the Crimson Spears, the fifth eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-splattered glove. Personal gang of the voices of Narat, the top and forces of the chorus answer only to the Archon of Secrets. Alright. Now that you've issued his edicts and doomed us all to die, have you come in to help us to climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. How's his camp responded to the edict? With mealing, bawling, and the occasional orgy. A shrill tittering laughter escapes from under his mask. Bloodlust is there, but so is the fear of failure. Should our glorious horde fail to overrun the Citadel, we will surely all perish. I mean, I don't see the disfavored pulling their weight. I trust you are getting your warriors ready for battle. We know the Oathbreakers are focused on the Citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The fifth eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley. Unless we deal with a second group, they'll attack us from behind the moment we cross the river. Okay. Let's go look over here. You have how large a force, and for all these weeks you've let the enemy move freely through the valley? I'm hurt. Insult my manners or maturity, but do not insinuate that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. The Crimson Spear claps his fists together. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group remains at large despite our best efforts. Captain Pollux's crew consistently evades or kills our own gangs. So you need help taking out these Oathbreakers. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is to not kill them, but to add their strength to ours. The last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims that she can lead us to the Avenging Guard secondary camp. Though there are shreds of deception in her voice, I could use your help questioning this Variah Kell. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. Alright, let me go look over here. I can do it. I will meet you there. She's waiting by the other prisoners. Oh, you want me to get an answer? Okay. I can do that. Don't worry. Not a cruel man, but again, if I fell, we all die.
I'm on it.
Yeah, come on. Choir man, let the Fatebinder speak. With our catch of the day. Very well, Fifth Eye. Please, someone, I wish to bow before the voices of Narat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in the makeshift armor of the Avenging Guard lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollowing earlier that she knows the location of the Avengerian encampment. But she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing. The prisoner turns pale for a moment before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted a guarantee I'd live and I'd be welcome into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk, otherwise they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Avengerian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away the bargaining bronze. Or my bargaining bronze. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the Younger Realms are gone for good. She blinks several times, catching her breath. Kyros is a new strength of the tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Her eyes fall to the ground, and she swallows nervously. When I joined with the Avengerian Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, one you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Narat to prove it. Tell me what you know, and I can see your release, or see to it, rather. I heard a chorus is looking for Captain Pelix Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at skewered and smoldering corpses around her. She tugs at her restraints, but to no avail. Let's go look over here. You're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know, and I'll see about saving you. Well, you see, shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds, so I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I mean, I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a parachoirman yanked the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the Fifth Eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said, stirred, not shaken. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting her time. He snaps his fingers at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. Hold on. I could gain wrath? Yeah. Let her join them. Another body. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Huh. That is a good idea. Why don't we have her kill the other prisoners? Why not? Variah looks at the prisoners once her allies and closes her eyes as her bonds are untied. The onlookers snicker and cheer when a heavy rock is placed in her hands. Mouthing something inaudible, she lifts the rock high above her head and smashes it down on the prisoner's skull, wincing back a scream as she hoists the stone over her head a second time to finish the job on the other prisoner. The bloody rock hits the ground, and Variah slumps to her knees in defeat a moment later. Damn. Brutal. Good, good. Fifth Eye places his bloody hand on the trembling woman's shoulder and nods to her. Welcome to the Scarlet Course. Do not fail us. As a pair of soldiers will come to lift Varian, the Fifth Eye turns to you, his voice filled with glee. Where is the slave to clean up the offal when you need it? Now they have a member. I know, brutal. But keep in mind, I could die. Every act here is not normal. Every act here means I'm going to make every choice that will contribute to winning, to potentially having someone dying for our cause. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position, not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Variety. An older gentleman with the quills, ink files, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and between the rips of the fabric, you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. Show him the parchment. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words for a second time, nodding in silence.
So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours. Either you can read it or you cannot. What uses a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. You better go translate it.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
I like him. Okay, you don't die right now. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. Alright. Here's what we'll do. The voices of Narat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. How true, then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve us as a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
I'm taking him into my custody. Not a chance. He's our prisoner. If you think you can crack the information we need out of his skull without troubling the Archon, it's one thing, but you're not walking out of here with our property. Did you just tell me no? Ah! The coarse warrior emits a whimpering squeal as you grab him by the chin of his mask and pull him close. Gloved hands press against you, but try as he might, his push cannot exceed your pull. I'm stronger. Okay. Let's go look over here. Minor favor. Wrath is over there. Gain wrath and favor. Very brave of you to insult me to my face. Let's have your little trial. Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arms to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound from the post. Stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Hordemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. Begin to chant a gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Lovely. I get to fight someone, right? Me? Yeah, I believe I do. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets a standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hands in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldiers. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin. Okay, well. Old man, what do you have going on? Oh, hello. Quicken. What will that do? Party members, Tykus and Lantry. One per encounter. He can heal me. A combo ability. Okay. I had a feeling he was interesting. Titan's Touch. Vitality goes up. I like that. You're going to use that on me. Okay. Death from above. Tykus and Verse. I can launch her into the air. Are you kidding me? That's really cool. Bloodsoaked Stone. We'll go after... which one? We'll go after you.
We have company.
Woo! And the punch. Beautiful. Okay. We gotta be careful here. What I'll do, I will thrust over at you. Verse, I want you to come over here as well. I'll have you use what? Skewer. Go Skewer. Thank you, Lantry.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Ooh, we took some damage. Some pretty big damage, too. Hold on. Renewal. What will that do? Okay, that's pretty good. That will buff up the entire group. No, I like him a lot. I like all of his abilities, too. That'll work out. Let's try it out.
Are we ready for this?
Yep, let's give it a go. Whoa! Okay, those abilities are really cool. That alone has made the game worthwhile for combat means, right? We destroyed them. I like Lantry a lot, though. He's pretty cool. Pretty funny guy. Okay, you've got to heal yourself. Oh, right. Do I not have your... Oh, no wonder. I was wondering. I was like, what's going on over here? Party support. Okay, defend party. I like that. That all works. Back to my character again. Time for a javelin for fun. Okay, we nearly got them all. Time to sunder. Lantry, are you okay? We'll try that ability for fun again. Oh, man. Got her. Okay, Lantry almost got killed. That was really brutal.
Of course.
By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short mocking bow to Lantry. By the custom set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus yet lived to tell the story. Alright. Gain minor favor. Lantry, average fear. I like the old man a lot. He's pretty funny. Okay, he's wounded. The health bar next to the portrait will start to decrease when a party member health draws low enough. They will gain a wound. It will turn red. Ah, okay. We'll have to rest later. I'm not going to gain more wrath right now. I don't want to piss him off. That was fun. Your warriors almost put up a good fight. It really is bloodletting weather, is it not? My conscripts need to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for the lesson you have given to camp. I thought I died tied to that post. The sage looks down at his rope, or his rope-worn wrist, in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. You're welcome. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I can make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnettle. So the old sage knows its words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parlay of yours. Is the face that they see. If yours is the face they see, rather. I got a little bit too excited. I know the area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Let's go look over here. Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition. I've met sages every bit as cutthroat as hardened gang bosses. They act as part of the Daughter in Skies, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the Oathbreakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I worked for them under duress, but I've no love of them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kyros-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire, all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries we've been in a quiet war with a school of tides and a school of wild wrath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. Sure. So you won't be a parchment of weight during a fight. Good to know. Oh no, I'd like to think I'm worth at least 2 or 3 or 4 angry peasants in a fight. Pretty good. Fine, if you're so eager, come with me. Splendid, you won't be disappointed. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and not how to get killed. Really, I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Trip Nettle if your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way. I'm not above clipping his ears. A lot's been going on, right? Holy hell. Alright, what do we have over here? Bent bronze dagger, staggering burn. It's been pretty good. We've had some... Oh, wait. We could probably get that scroll. Yeah! We could read it. You've discovered a new sigil. Magic in the world of Tyranny comes from learning how to perfectly describe sigils and empower them with energy. Oh. Get a new spell. Sigil of Illusion. Those who master the Sigil of Illusion are skilled in the arts of deceit and trickery, using its powers to misdirect and confuse their targets at critical moments, often derided by combat mages for its inability to kill outright. Those who specialize in illusion know its powers can turn the tide of any battle. It merely requires someone smart enough to know how to use it. That's pretty good. I like it. Expressions. Sigil of Focused Intent. Spectral Blur. That's really cool! A blurred illusion. Making them harder to hit. Yeah! That's good for a tank, right? I think it is. Spells are created using 2 or more sigils. The core sigil determines the type of magic, such as fire, frost, or illusion. The expression sigil determines how that core shapes itself into the world, such as a ball of fire, or frost enchanting a weapon. There are several categories of sigils that can accent a spell. That's really cool. I liked it a lot. I'm excited now. Okay. Well, I already made one. Thank you. I can customize them by selecting different icons. Oh, okay. I dig it. I can even name it. What should I name that spell? Let me know in the future. Spell creation. To modify the area of effect, the range of my spells. Yeah, again, let me know what you think. Leave a like down below. We're going to keep on going. I really do enjoy the game. I hope that all of you do too. As I told you, I'll be taking my time going through these stories. It's all about the writing. The combat's actually really cool. The abilities are great. Leave a like down below if you would like to see more. And as always, until then.